Good morning or
Good
afternoon.
morning. Good afternoon. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good. Um, I don't know how many people. I don't know who's coming. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I will be right back. Hi, Yanel.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, Yanel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Daryl?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Very nice. Very
All
nice.
right.
Last week.
Huh? You said this the last week?
Last week.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I have a
All
lot
right.
going on with my job, so I missed
Mm-hmm.
a lot of meetings this week.
All right. Um, Let me see if Hamad is going to join us. All right. Let me just say welcome everyone. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
So today, this is the capital raise strategy, but this is the last meeting before the new year comes in. So what I so this meeting, I don't know if Hamad is going to come in and if he has anything planned. I don't even know if Hamad is coming, but what if he comes, I'll turn it over to him. If not, we're going to keep rolling, right? And and maybe we'll get out a little early so we could go have fun. So today, what I would like to focus on is preparing for next year, because this is the last. This is this year. So I would like for everyone. I would like for us to discuss what did we do last year when it came to capital raising. What did we do? Did we create? Did we get a new CRM system? Right? Did we create our own scripts? How many calls did we make? Okay, whether if it's to brokers or whether if it's to owners or whether if it's to investors, what did we do last year? And we're looking at going forward into 2023. How can we improve? Right? How much money did we raise last year? How much we're going to raise this year? Right? And once you say, well, I'm going to raise this amount for 2023, that means you're going to have to take steps to get on deals to help raise capital, and you got to and you got to turn it over. So I said a lot right then, and again, if Hamad comes in, then I'll turn it over to Hamad. I don't think I was here. I wasn't here last Tuesday, so I don't know. Alicia, was there a meeting last Tuesday?
Last Wednesday,
Last Wednesday?
um, I didn't attend, so I don't know that there was. I don't think there
Okay.
was.
All right. Okay. Cool. So hold on a second because I said a whole lot, and
So when you say last year, you're referring to 2022?
Correct.
Okay, so what we did in 2022 as far as capital raise and what we plan to do, and
Because
meaning the steps
it's
that we're
all
gonna
about
take.
improving, right?
Yes,
It's all about improving. What can we do to improve? What can we do to be better? Right? Especially because capital
yes,
raising is one of the most besides underwriting, I think capital raise is one of the most important things,
correct.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So let's kick this. Okay, so hold on one second because I gotta write this stuff down. Um so
So
I'm writing down
what
how
we do,
much, huh?
how much we raised this year and how much we plan
Correct.
to
How much
raise
did you
next year.
raise in 2022? Now, if you're still raising, that's fine, okay? Because you still have 3 more days. So if you're still raising, that's fine. Okay. Just tally it all in there together. Okay. So I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start off with Jessica Lemon. So Jessica, how much money did you raise in 2022?
Hey Daryl. Hey Alicia.
Hi, Jessica.
How's it going?
She's been rocking it in 2022. So
Trying. So this year I've raised capital for smaller deals, not commercial. That's what I really want to get into. That's why Daryl, I clicked on your link because I wanted to see what everyone else is doing. But today I've been able to raise close to 250,000. Next year I definitely want to increase that obviously and get into raising for larger apartment deals. So that's the goal for next year.
Okay, so hold tight right there. Don't say what you're gonna do for next year.
Okay.
We're gonna stop right here. So for 2022, Jessica raised 250K. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh,
yay.
Appreciate it.
heard the baby say more money.
Oh yeah.
That's what I heard the baby say, more money. Okay.
It
All
needs
right.
more
So,
coins.
Yeah, you're
all right.
right.
So here we go. Next up, Marcus. Marcus, how much money did you raise for
Yes, sir.
2022? How much money did you raise for 2022?
Me?
Yes.
What, 40, I think, but not for. Hold on, now.
No, you don't have to be exact, but just give me a roundabout figure how much you raised.
Yeah, a little 40,000.
Okay, 40,000. Okay. All right. Next. Yanel, how much did you raise for 2022?
I didn't raise anything for commercial properties. For residential, I'm still trying to raise money to purchase some things to add to my portfolio so that I can have more funding for commercial deals.
Yeah, now
Okay. All right. So how much?
one.
How much
She
was that?
she raised
I don't care whether it's
582.
residential. I
Yeah,
don't care if it's commercial. I don't care if it's retail. How much did you raise?
20,000.
Okay, fantastic. Cool. All right. Next up, Brian Harvey. How much did you raise for 2022?
As far as raise, I didn't raise any money.
Okay, great. No problem. All right. Next up, Marquise Jackson. Marquise Jackson. How much did you raise for 2022?
It's Marcus, and I'm looking to raise about 1.5 on a deal I got going in DC right now.
Okay. So how much have you raised so far?
Nothing, not yet. Just starting.
Okay. Just starting. Okay. And Alicia Milton, how much have you raised for 2022?
about 250,000.
All right. All right. 250K. All right. And then I'll add myself. I add myself 900K. Okay. So,
That's awesome.
all right. So now I would like for us to discuss. I would like for us to discuss some things, right? And again, I'm gonna go right back around the room again, right? And in the order that I was going in, I went to Jessica, Marcus, Yanel, Brian, Marcus.
Yeah, man.
No, no, not two. Not I'm gonna have to say Marcus. I'm gonna have to say Stafford and Jackson. That's what I'll say. Stafford, because I'm gonna get all jacked up. And then Alicia and myself. So I would like to discuss what were some of the obstacles that you ran into doing your capital raise. Now, Marcus, Brian and Marcus, when I come to you, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask you another question first. And I got to try to remember this question in my head. I got to remember it. But I'll be to you. Okay, so Jessica and everyone, you're going to get a copy of this recording. Everyone that have signed on here. You are going to get a copy of this recording because I want you to go back. I want you to look at this and I want you to, hold on a minute, everyone, hold on a minute. Okay, because I want everyone to go back. We're going to go back, we're going to reflect, but we also are going to say what we're going to do for 2023. Okay, now, you know, I'm not going to be able to remember a year from now, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to post this on YouTube. And I'm going to date it for December 31st, 2023. So on December 31st, 2023, this video is going to be released. Boom. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. Okay, please subscribe, because when this is released in 2023, December 31st, 2023, we'll be able to reflect back and say, wow, this is what we said and this is what we did. Okay, so before I move on, let me Avinav, is it Abhinav or is it Avinav? Did he leave?
Yep. Too hard a question, Daryl.
He left. He said, I'm getting the heck up out of here.
Hey, Sal,
Right.
Sal, you ran somebody off already, man?
Already.
Come on.
Marcus, I done ran somebody out of here already. Holy smoke. All right. But that's okay. We still got the main people here. So, okay, so let's go ahead and hit this here. Jessica, what was some of the obstacles that you ran into during your capital raise?
Yeah, so I notice when I am trying to raise larger amounts of capital, I guess trying to build that rapport and that relationship, you know, with a possible investor. And I don't know if it's possible to do that quickly, but that's kind of been my struggle of just, you know, laying that foundation, so they trust in you and they trust in your expertise, and you know they feel comfortable investing, you know, larger amounts of money. So that's kind of been my struggle getting into, you know, raising capital for larger apartments and stuff like that.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to the panel, because Jessica said a lot there. Some of the things that she ran into. How can we, what advice or what recommendations and I want you all to think about this. What advice, what recommendations can you give Jessica that can help her to break whatever barrier or whatever obstacle there is? But that's what we do here at the GOB, right? We help each other grow, right? To reach their goals and their full potential. That's what the GOB is about. Okay. So I'm gonna kick that question off with Alicia Milton. Alicia, what advice or recommendations could you give Jessica in reference to what she was saying?
So I was going to ask Jessica, can you restate your response just one more time?
To the question about the obstacles, just want to
Yes.
clarify. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess
Quick snapshot.
yeah, when I'm trying to raise larger amounts of capital, for apartment buildings, let's say, I've found it hard to try to quickly build that rapport and that relationship with a possible investor, so they trust you and want to invest in what you have. And I know it takes time, and that's why I don't know if there's a solution to that. But I'll take any advice as far as being able to build that rapport.
So the first thing that you want to do, especially if you don't know them in advance, or if you know them in advance but you're not familiar with what they want, right? Everybody wants something. So you always want to find out what they want to get out of investing. Let them talk first. Don't go in for the ask. You already know why you're calling. They may not know, or they may have an idea. Ask them, what do you want as far as investing? Is it family? Is it leave a legacy? Is it, any of those? You always got to have answers for someone, no matter if they're experienced or not experienced. So how can you help them achieve whatever their goal is, whatever they want out of investing? And so usually if you answer their question, they'll be more apt to provide you with their finances or their assets. And so example is someone that I don't know, but was referred to me because they're interested in investing is, hey, I want to invest because I've never done it before. And I've heard that millionaires are made from real estate investing. They have no idea of what's happening. So I just tell them, yep, I'm a part of a large network of investors. There's, over 1,300 of us, from new, just like you, all the way up to experience. And my team and I, we teach how to invest. And this is the experience that we've gone through. You don't have to apologize or say it's only been on the residential side, or it's only been on the commercial side, or it's been small property or a large property. You don't need to go into the weeds unless they ask. Always be transparent. Don't be misleading. But you don't have to downplay anything, because if you've invested in any real estate asset, that's pretty much what most people want to know, unless they're experienced investors. But that's how I overcome the no's or the resistance. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
does. Thank you.
All
Welcome.
right. Marcus, Jackson, I'm gonna go. Jackson, is there anything you would like to say in reference to helping Jessica?
I don't feel qualified to weigh in to help Jessica because I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to raise, like I said, about $1.5 million, and I've never done it before. So
Okay, but
blind lead the blind.
what are you dealing with now? Because I'm sure you're running into new investors. And some of the things that Jessica was saying, I'm sure that you're running into that same issue, right? And how are you dealing with that? How are you talking to them?
So I haven't talked to any strangers yet. I'm just talking to people in my network. So a lot of them happen to be like either retired military or former military, and they're airline pilots or doctors or stuff like that. And I phrase a lot of the conversations around, again, not like I forget who was talking at the moment, but like they alluded to, not what I need or whatever, but what they're looking for. and see if that fits, So it's been very casual. And I think the
Okay.
rapport is kind of built with like either them knowing you, right?
Mhm.
Or then getting to like you or enjoy talking to you quickly. But I mean, ultimately what it boils down is to delivering, and it would seem that until you have a track record of delivering, you're
Mhm.
a bet rather than an investment or a speculative deal.
Marcus, I really appreciate that. And first of all, Marcus, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate what you said in the beginning. The words you said in the beginning. You said, I don't think I'm qualified to be able to answer. I appreciate you saying that, but I'm also now going to come back and say, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Every single one of you up here are qualified. Even if you never in your life raised capital, you're qualified to answer Jessica's question. How is that? How is that? I'm going to pick someone randomly. How is that? Yanel.
Yes.
How is it that I just stated that each and every one of us is qualified to answer Jessica's question, and Jessica can even answer her own question? How is it that each and every one of us are qualified to do that?
Well, I feel like Marcus also, but I'll answer it by saying because we all have a dream of something that we want to accomplish in investing in these real estate properties, and by investing or having an investment property already, we should be able to know and have an answer to that
There
question.
you hit it, the nail on the head. The reason why every last one of us can give a recommendation to Jessica is because we are all investors. That's one of us. You're not going to tell me someone didn't approach you and ask you for capital. We're all investors. What is it that you look for? What is it if you didn't? Well, okay, so I don't know. Yanel doesn't really know me. But if I was to approach Yanel and say, Yanel, hey, I have the Dayton deal in Dayton, Texas. I'm raising capital for it. There's going to be questions that I'm sure Yanel is going to ask. First of all, who the heck are you? Right? Because if she never met me, she'll be like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. And you asking me for some money? Right? That's number one. Yanel's defense is going to come straight up. I don't know him. Right? Who are you? Let me see, if anything, the first person you're gonna say is who are you? And then I will explain to who I am. I'm Daryl Murphy. I'm with the GOB network. I'm one of the board members. All right, Daryl, tell me a little bit about yourself. I've been investing for 6 years. I have a total of 104 units under my belt. I've also gone full cycle on 104 units and so forth, right? So I'm gonna give her a little bit of history of who I am. Then I say, listen, I also have, I wouldn't say listen, but that just sort of slipped out. But I would say I'm also I hold the commercial multifamily mastermind meeting every single Tuesday. I would love to invite you so you can come see my work, see what I do, and so forth. You get to know me better. And I also have a mentorship program. Teaching how to underwrite, and with that also comes capital raise and other things, right? So it's all about building that relationship. Initially, I could just about guarantee she will not invest with me initially, not unless Alicia knew me, we grew up together, blah, blah, blah. Marcus knew me, and someone came to Alicia and Marcus Stafford came to Yanel and said, yo, I know this deal, it's in Dayton. this is a fantastic deal. And then Yanel says to one of them, I would like to see, well, show me what you have. And then she say, who's the sponsor? Who's running it? Daryl Murphy. Oh, he just asked me for some money. Oh, both of you on that deal? Yes, we both on this deal. Oh, let me check it out. That's how, you see how that all happened? Okay, so that was long-winded. That was about 200, now it's 228, and we still got to get around, right? Okay, so, but each and every one you could are qualified to answer any capital raise question, because we are all investors here, just to sum that up. Okay, so Marcus Stafford, what was some of the obstacles you ran into when you were capital raised?
I understood what you were saying about when Marcus said that he don't feel he's qualified to answer a question. I clearly understood where he's coming from, because when you got to me, that's what I was going to start off by saying, that I'm not qualified. And the reason why I felt that way is because the obstacles I ran across is, one, I didn't have a track record. Two, I didn't know how to explain to the folks what we're doing. Three, I didn't know how to go about the fundamentals of doing fundraising, period. There's other parts of that if I could get past the fundraising, the other part is easy to me. Acquiring the property, going to do all the due diligence, that's the part I actually like doing, to be honest. So for me, it was the obstacle of getting to try to sit down and to talk to someone and explain what you're doing, how we're doing it, and to get them feel comfortable enough to be willing to invest money with me. So,
Okay.
I've been being around you, because I was physically around you, seeing how you're doing it. Ms. Milton was nice enough to give me some some advice, and of course, throwing in to do it. And then actually getting out there and doing it to develop my own confidence. My lack of confidence when it came to that was a big issue for me. And I think that's where it comes to a lot of people, is because your lack of confidence it prevents you from moving forward with that. So getting my own self out the way was my first hurdle of getting across and getting past that, because I never envisioned trying to go to someone to ask them for a couple $1 million to get a building. So when Marcus said he didn't think he was qualified, I seriously understood what he meant, because I didn't think I was qualified because I did not have a track record in doing this type of work.
Okay. All right. So, I want to, you said a lot, but I'm going to pick one thing out of that whole
I
conversation.
didn't mean to get long-winded there.
No, but there was one thing that you said. And I want to discuss, I'm going to jump to someone else to address that. And the word that you used was self-confident. Out of everything you said, I want to address that wording right there, self-confident, right? Because we all have to push through that initial fear. Now, well, I'm not going to say we all, because that could be a true or false question. And you know what the skills, the test study skills say, never answer yes to an all. There are some exceptions, but so I'm not going to say all, but a lot of people run into that obstacle. And it's the obstacle of asking for money. My first capital raise, the first time I was, matter of fact, when I first got into commercial, the only question that stayed on my mind was, where am I getting the money from? Where am I getting the money from? Who's going to give me money? Because I'm like, where am I getting the money from? And I was put to the test when I was invited on my second deal. I'm not going to say my first deal, my second deal. And that was in Augusta, Georgia. For some reason, my first deal, I didn't have no fear whatsoever. And I was asking for millions. Seriously, wow, I just thought about that. But But my second deal, yeah, I had some reservation because I was calling people I didn't even know. I was asking people for money I didn't even know. They knew of me. I knew of them, but I really didn't know them. They really didn't know me. And that was tough. And and that first yes, I wanted to break out in joy and jump around, but I had to stay cool while I was on the phone. I had to stay cool. But when I hung up that phone, I was like, I just got $50,000. That's what I said. I think I was screaming out loud, right? But you know something? It motivated me to pick up the phone and do it again until I got that no. I was like, oh, right. But that's that confidence that Marcus was saying, to build up that self-confidence. It's that fear of rejection, of the no. So now, sometimes I tell people, don't worry about the yeses. Go for the no's. Make all your calls to see how many no's you could get. So your goal is to get 100 no's, because out of that 100 no's, you're going to get some yeses. Okay. And that means you got to keep calling, but you're looking for nothing but the no's. But the yes going to come. And you're going to be like, holy smoke. Okay. So set your goal on the no, but you're going to get the yes. All right. All right. Would anyone else like to weigh in on the self-confidence on what Marcus said? Go ahead, Alicia.
I do. You crack me up with that. It is going to be my goal of 2023 to get you to focus on the yes.
All right. Hey, Ms. Milton, take it easy
I
on me.
can't focus.
You were kind of hard last time. Take it easy.
I know. For me, and I shared a little bit in our ladies call earlier. It's hard for me to focus on the no's because I wasn't supposed to be born. The doctors kept telling my mom, no, you can't do this. No, you're not going to get pregnant. And she has 2 girls and some bonus boys, so it's hard for me to focus on the no's. So I would take what you said and get to 100 yeses, right? Because if you're going to get a lot of no's, well, let's get 100 yeses, because that'll get us to 100,000 maybe or more, right? Because you did 900,000 and made it look easy. So you made it look easy. May not have been easy, but it looked easy. I would say what helps me, because honestly, Daryl, and I don't know if you could tell, I had like butterflies in my stomach capital raising for Dayton. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm on this team, and Daryl then said we gotta raise 50,000, and then you were so generous to reduce it to 25,000. So I said, this is my goal. I don't care what it takes. We're gonna come up with 25,000 some kind of way. If I gotta talk to folks that know folks, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I just focused on that. And along the way, I wasn't even adding up the funds until I had to transfer it into the account. And I was like, oh my God. Excuse me. I told my mom and my husband, I was like, we just raised $45,000. That is so, and that was just family, right? I was like, okay. Well, I got the itch then, and it didn't matter if people told me no, because I was like, well, let me get to the yes, because that sounds way better. And if I'm gonna end this thing, I gotta end on a yes to make me feel better, at least.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I would say.
Fantastic. All right. So listen, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I got to jump to. I think I messed up. Oh no, I didn't. Jessica. I went to Jessica. Marcus. I think I went to Yanel. I think I went to Yanel, then I went to Marcus. I did that all backwards. All right,
Yeah.
Brian.
It's turn, isn't it? Or did she go
Uh,
already?
who turned?
I think it's Yanel, then Brian.
Oh, I thought I went to Yanel already.
Oh, did you? I thought
Yeah.
you left off at the second Marcus.
Oh, Yanel, I went to you, right?
Only to answer the first question. Not the
Oh,
second.
there you go. Okay, sorry about that. Please accept my apologies. All right. So, oh, and before we move on, Lacey, how much capital did you raise in 2022?
I took part in the GOB Inc. And then through like my individual connections, I was able to raise 60,000.
Okay, 60,000. All righty. Okay, thank you very much. We'll be coming back to you. All right, so Yanel, what were some of the obstacles you ran into during your capital raise?
I just don't know how, and I feel uncomfortable asking strangers for money because I don't have the answers to a lot of the questions they would ask me in return.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm gonna jump over to Marcus for this because oh, now I got Marcus Stafford. Marcus Stafford. I'm gonna jump over to Marcus because I think Marcus can relate to Yanel. Yanel says she doesn't have the experience, right? And then for Marcus, I think I'm gonna jump to one other person, one or two other people. But Marcus, did you hear what Yanel said?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What can you say to her to help her?
What I found when I was confronted with, because I was confronted with some questions and stuff is that I had to go back and look at the deal and to look at the sponsors of the deal, look at the deal itself, and start asking those questions to those people that was asked to me, so I can have the answers to folks when they came and asked me. When my doctor confronted me, who did you know about the GPs? Who do you know? What exactly is the deal? How much did everybody put in? Or what exactly is the term of the payout? You go back and you look at all that and you go back and you study it and go there and have the question and go there and ask those questions. And then you have those questions that was asked to you. That's what I'm doing. The questions I would ask to Daryl as a GP and to get the information, I will have that. So when I'm confronted and asked those same questions, because I know someone is going to ask again, that you'll have it if you're representing this deal. So a lot of it was me just doing my homework from the beginning and learning what I should know. So when those questions should come up, I have the answers for it.
Cool.
I hope that was clear enough.
Cool.
That was excellent.
Yeah. Now, I want to throw some more. I just want to throw some more stuff in there to add to that. And because one of the things Yanel said that I heard, she said she didn't know where to get started. Did I hear that correctly now? I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna tell you where you get started. You get started by opening your mouth. That's where you get started. Every single place you go, you introduce yourself, you let them know what you do, and that you are a capital raiser. Stop right there. You don't need to go no further. After that, and you don't have to, like when if I come up to you, I'm going to ask you, what do you do? I just do that. When I go to places, I don't know who people are, and sometimes I see people at conferences, and they be sitting down all by themselves in the corner. They be like this in the corner, just looking. And you know what I do? I pick those people out. I'm not telling you no joke. I pick you. If you one of those people and I'm in a conference and I see you, I'm gonna pick you out. And I'm gonna go to you and I'm gonna say, what do you do? And you're gonna say something. And then I'm gonna say to you, you really need to start walking around introducing yourself. That's what I'm gonna say to you. I've done it before. You know, so I guess some people may say he just needs to mind his business, right? but listen, if you're at a conference, the whole purpose is networking, and if you're there, I think you're there to network, right? But Janelle, I am going to say this. Where you live, as a matter of fact, you could go to meetup.com, and this will help you break the ice. Seriously, you can go to meetup.com and find meetups where people meet in person, and then go to those meetups. Be prepared. Now prepare yourself to talk, because it's all about you running your mouth. You got to run your mouth. So when you get there, you're going to see people that, you know, they may be sitting at a table or round table, square tables. You know, they may be either at a hotel having a meeting, or they may be at a bar and grill, and they got a guest speaker. But get there early, before everything starts, and introduce yourself. Go around, introduce yourself to people. Hey, I'm into commercial multifamily. This is what my name is, Janelle, and you know, I raise capital. Anybody, really? Yeah. And then as you talk to them, grab their information. Don't you leave there without grabbing their information. What information? Name, phone number, email address. You ain't got to get their birthday, but get the name, phone number, and email address. Now, if they have, if they have a business card, there's an app that you could get totally for free, and it's called, hold on one second. It's called Cove, COVVE, Scan, right? Cove Scan. I'm gonna show you. It's a free app. It's totally free. COVVE, Scan. And you could get it from Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And what you do, when you grab all those business cards, and when you get home or to your hotel room, you take your phone and you start taking it. Boom, put that in your phone. And you put in, now make sure you put, when you upload it to your phone, because it's going to go right to your phone, then you put in your contacts and put a little note that says, met at so-and-so location. That's what you do. So now when that name come up, you be like, who is this? Check the note. Oh, that's the guy I met at so-and-so, right? But what you do, after you do that, when you get back home or to your hotel room, just send them a quick email. Hey, it was a pleasure talking with you. And try to put your picture on the email at the bottom. You know how you put your signature block, and then you put your picture up underneath. So that way that person can see you and they say, oh yeah, I remember her, right? Now, you do that, and then try to every now and then send out a little short email. But the main thing, run your mouth and grab their data. And then just shoot the breeze with them. You're not trying to sell them nothing. And they're not trying to, now they may be trying to sell you something, but you're not there to sell nothing. You're there to grab data. Okay? That's what you're there for. As you do that, it will get easier. Okay? And there's some more stuff that we're going to discuss in capital to raise strategy as our meetings move on. Okay, let me move a little quicker now because it's 2:47, and then we're going to put our goals in for next year.
real quick. I dropped my digital business card that you saw me using.
Yeah.
Into the chat. You can scan from that system too.
See there?
You can scan
about
from it. You can also download all of the contacts in there via a spreadsheet and upload it into your CRM, or you can connect it directly into your CRM. That system is also free. And there's some other things that you can do with it too. It's really cool.
Yep.
So we're trying to get Daryl a little more digital.
Oh, hey, what? You ain't trying to hold on, man. Oh man, I can't find my wallet. Hold on a minute. Let me hurry up. I got my wallet right here.
Yeah, but you gotta have something physical.
Bam! You see that? This is my business card, everyone. All I gotta do is tap your phone with my business card. Bam! Just like that.
Love it.
All right. So, okay. 248. I gotta I'm gonna breeze through a little quick. Brian, what obstacle did you have when you was raising capital or starting to raise capital?
So I last year networked and a little bit the year before like crazy, and so I'm with like 3 different sets of partners, and I guess my strategy was with 2 of the groups was to partner with a capital raiser. And so unfortunately with those 2 groups, we put a lot of offers in, didn't get one accepted. Well, we did one accepted, but we found out some stuff at the property we didn't like, and so we backed out. And so, and then my third one was with the GOB here, and the one you're familiar with, the one in Illinois. And that one was just a tough one. It was pretty run down. Nobody lived there. Didn't even know for sure if we're getting financing. And so that was a hard sell from the beginning, kind of, until we had some more concrete things. And so that was kind of my thing. So like personal people, I didn't talk to a whole lot. I just more or less networked and found capital raisers to work with. So
Okay.
that was kind of my story last year.
And you know something? I like what you said there, and I'm going to comment on that. And the reason why I like what you said, the reason why I'm commenting on that is because when you work as a team, okay, and listen to what Brian said, he was working with others. Work with a team, or let me just say this: work with someone who has capital to raise before. You know, and don't be afraid to say, "Hey, I want to shadow you." Don't be afraid to say it, especially. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: don't be afraid to say it here in the GOB. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. Any deal that I have, if you want to try, all you got to do is say, Daryl, I want to try. I'm not going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you sure. If you bring 50,000, 25,000, 5,000, if that fund is set up where we could take 5,000, less than 25,000, then there you go. But to work with others where we're all collaborating and strategizing, Brian, when you said that, I like it. 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 Okay. I'm gonna jump to, I think, okay, Marcus Jackson now. What obstacle, or because you're already raising capital, so what obstacle or obstacles are you currently or have faced with you raising capital? Okay, I'm going to jump to Alicia.
Yeah, sorry, I
There
was
you
on
go.
mute. Obstacles to the down economy. Not helping me out right now.
Wait, which one did he say? Take yourself off mute, Alicia.
I say he's talking to his kid. It's
Oh, that's
okay, Marcus. We understand.
Down economy. Yeah, that's what I said.
Down economy.
Yep.
Now, that is a good one. That's a good one. Down economy. I'm just going to say this right quick. It's 2:52, and I have to jump to. Okay, I'm gonna keep this short. Down economy. In Dayton, we ran into that, where their interest rates started rising. A lot of investors were saying, "Yo, we just want to wait and see." But what I'm going to say to Marcus is, ask others. You may have to split the pot a little more, but start pulling in other people to help raise capital. And I'm going to also say this, and I'm going to say this too, drive hard, drive hard. Don't be afraid. Like if you talk to me, if you say, well, Daryl, I got this deal, and I may happen to say, man, right now, my money's sort of tight. Ask that next question. Who do you know that may be interested in this? Right? So, because you already asked me. Now ask me, who do I know that may be interested? Okay, don't say, do you know someone? Don't do that, because they're gonna say, nah, man, I don't know no one. Right? Make them think. Who do you know that may be interested in this? And I guarantee people are gonna say, well, let me think. That's what they're gonna do. All right. Okay, I'm gonna speed through this here. Alicia, what obstacles have you came across while capital raising?
Pretty much what everybody else said. Too small of a property. Folks not familiar with investing. Okay. So I just had to learn through the process. We all encounter challenges. I had to really get over myself and feeling like rejected when I did get a no, or when I felt like I couldn't answer a question. And many times, if I had just read over the packet again before I made the call, then I would have been able to answer many other questions starting out. So I would say for the ones that have challenges with answering those questions, like know whatever packet, whatever property, front and back. Read it every time before you talk to folks, no matter if you think you know or not, because the more you see it, the more it's easy to just say. And just really get over yourself. Don't feel bad if you can't answer a question, because you do have a team. So you just got to be real quick to say, oh, let me get back. That's a good question. Let me get back to you on that one so I can make sure that I'm giving you the correct or proper flow of information. That way it's not discounting you maybe not knowing. You just want to make sure on their behalf that you're giving them the most accurate and up-to-date information.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to toss one more thing in because we got 5 minutes, and then I got to go around to set our goals. I just want to say this: if someone never invites you to raise capital for a deal, I want you to ask them for the rent roll, T12, and the OM and their underwrite. I want you then to underwrite that property. Okay. If you see that there's some discrepancies between your underwriting and theirs, I want you to question them on what about those discrepancies. Then if your gut is telling you, if you can't come out and say, yes, I like this, or feel comfortable saying it, then I want you to not do it. Because if you don't feel comfortable selling that property, you're not going to raise capital. And those investors are going to read it all on your face. That's what I'm okay. So last Lacey, what obstacles did you run into when you was capital raising?
I would say probably the education. I was running into a lot of people that had never heard of real estate or multifamily real estate investing. And so it was a lot of education, I think, as I was learning.
Fantastic. So I'm not going to make too much of a comment because we got 3 minutes, but I think what you did was excellent. When you run into those people who don't know nothing about commercial, You got to become the teacher.
Yeah.
All right. Start teaching them about cash on cash, IRR, equity multiple. Start teaching them about the way things are broken down on whatever model that you use. Use that as an educational tool. And believe it or not, you'll become sharper. All right. So 2:57, 3 minutes left to the final game. And I'm gonna go around real quick. We are now setting goals. How much money we're going to raise in 2023. Now that means you're going to have to get active and you're going to have to get on deals so that you can raise the money. You're going to have to. So if I bring a deal, don't be afraid to say, Dow, can I jump on the deal? Because I got to hit my goal. Because because I was already, I'm telling you what we got to do. Okay. Okay. So here we go. Starting off. Jessica, 250 for 2022. What's your goal for 2023?
At least 1 million capital raise.
All right. Marcus Stanford, 40 grand for 2022. What's your goal for 2023?
I'm gonna follow Jessica Lee, 1 million.
Okay. Yanel, 20 grand for 2022. What's your goal for 2023?
I'll go with 250.
Okay. Brian, you didn't raise for 2022. So what is your goal for 2023?
200K.
200K. Marcus Jackson, you raised for Marcus Jackson. You're raising right now. So how much did you raise so far for 2022 again?
I raised 50K in a different deal for 2022, but the goal is 1.5 million for
2023.
Yep.
All right, 1.5 million for 2023. Alicia Milton, 250K for 2022. What is your goal for 2023?
1 million.
1 million. Lacey, 60K, 2022. What's your goal for 2023?
Can I be that odd goose? I want to just invest with 100 people. So I don't know what number that looks like, but I have a people goal.
See, you messed up my thing. Okay, so
I'm
how many
sorry.
people? So how many people you said?
100 people.
100 people. You want to invest with 100 people.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And my goal, and for 2022, I raised a 900K for 2023. I want to do 1.5 million.
Awesome.
All right.
You are the man. That's all I can say.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Man.
So what I'm going to do, and I want to thank everyone for hanging in there and participating in this. You will be getting a copy of this for yourself, okay, to go back over, refresh. However, a copy of this will be posted on YouTube, but it's not going to be released until December 31st of 2023. It'll be automatically sent out. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to YouTube channel so that in 2023 on December 31st, you will receive a notification of a video that has been released. And we could go back and say, wow, look at what we did. Okay.
Daryl, you can't do that to me. That's a little too emotional for me. That's sweet. That's
That's
very
it
sweet.
right there. So everyone, let's work together. If you haven't been to my commercial multifamily mastermind, please come. All right, please come and let's take part in these deals because we got to make this happen. We have to. Thank you all very much for your time. I ran 2 minutes over, but you will be getting a copy of this here. All right, and Alicia did put the link to the YouTube, to my YouTube page. Please subscribe and see you next year.
All right, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Daryl. Bye,
you.
everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.